couple things. One, I've reached I don't know if it's like, although in the, I think it was X Marks the Pod, which just seems like I'm just complimenting everything they do, but like that interview, like I really liked it, but like I feel like he kind of alluded to like some things in there that like I found to be valuable and like tweaking, I guess, like nuances of like what my current thought process is. And it's crazy how just a tiny little shift, and like in this case, like the difference between left and right, like interpretation, like what is my point of view, potentially. It could be as simple as that, and maybe I think one way for a really good reason for a really long time, and then that changes slightly, like there's just like a little wedge of doubt that starts to creep in, and then you start to unlock something that at one point was like 100% locked into place, and like was at the point, like there's no red herrings, but like I don't know. Well, but I say that, but then now that I have like simmered on it for like 2 days, like it works so much better than not so much better. I can defend my previous answer quite well, and I don't think anyone would argue with it. And if you gave people a map, I think, not after I say this, of course, but like if this was an authentic game, you gave someone a map and you said, you're taking this trail, this route, find the foot of 3, like from this trail, find it. And yeah, I think most people would likely lean in one very specific direction, in one specific area, and that's what I did. And 8 months, I would say, has hinged on that thought process of going the other direction. And so that's all to say. Shifted. It's an ever so subtle shift. Ever so subtle. But it's like changed like my perspective, I guess. And like I had like blind optimistic hope, like for sure. I remember early on, it's not just like the emails that I might have definitely did right to Justin with like what my latest solve might have been, or what I think the checkpoint could be, or he didn't reply. And there's been a lot in a row with no reply, I think, to the point that like I can't show my face at like these summits. Like I'm like, I don't think Aiden and Aaron are real. Like I feel like I'm on the fringe of, it's just I'm one step too far to show up. That's not what I'm going. I'm kidding. But anyhow, I could be wrong still, and that's probably the case. But like, it's funny how in the beginning, having like, honestly, this is my 27th boot on the ground. I'd probably be lying if like I wouldn't say like over 20 times. Did I not tell someone before I left, like, this is it? I got it this time. And I walk them through it, and they look at me like a deer in the headlights, and I'm like, duh, yeah, right? And they nod, yep, and, or don't say anything. It's like, are you with me? Like, they're not. Like, that's the problem, is that, like, I can't, even if I go to, like, the summit, like, it would be really cool to, like, talk to people of, like, the same thought process, but, like, I can't talk about these specifics, and, like, anything else is just going to confuse me. Like, I don't want to expand my horizons until I've ruled out these horizons. I need another word for that, but these, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever rule out an area. I don't think I'm a good searcher. He told us that grid searching is bad, so I just don't think I've ever done it. I think I'd mess it up. I have definitely not grid searched. I think it's very likely that I am a terrible treasure hunter that does not look nearly... I see videos on TikTok of like people that go into the wilderness and they find like this big old tree stump and then they like carve a hole in it and then they like dig out underneath it and then they like hide and they make something. I don't know why they're making steak in this makeshift oven that they've made under a tree stump, God knows where, but like it's badass. And I would walk by most all of those things and never even think to poke it with my walking stick. And even if I did poke with my walking stick, unless I poked it in just the right spot or like I inspected something that didn't really look like it required like deeper inspection, like I would miss it. And like this was very clever. So like I'm sure this container is not easily distinguishable unless you're very specifically looking for something that you have to be trained to look for, maybe. I don't know. Could be training as like a treasure hunter. Like you have to be intently looking for treasure to find this. Yeah. That's it. I see a sign for somewhere I have to stop, but it's a ways away still, so I'll be back, I'm sure. That's it. Bye!